look here, teams very spread out. A lot of fights looking to break out here in Celestra, and nobody going to Eventide Temple, which is a gold loot zone where there should be plenty of loot for these players. GG over here, of course, are winners from the last 2 games. Looking to loot up just to the south side of Celestra before they potentially push up and head into Celestra, where the fight is going to break out. TM here, this is where TM picked up most of their points last game. They picked up 7 eliminations before Zone 1 collapsed down onto Zone 2, before those first Realm of Yangs came through, and they did it off the back of eliminating 2 teams here in Celestra. So let's see if they can keep it going. They've already picked up 1 elimination early on into the game here. So TM trying to keep that same momentum going, and this time carry it into the late game.
They've already got 1 kill as well, so starting off with something, right? Simpson from VNGC was taken down by TM, and ESK actually kind of guarding the Karen as well to make sure that this is not going to be just any old revive. Is now cutting over the Wolves. We're talking about consistency, but right now they're on the back foot versus EWG. Wolves low HP. We're going to see the ultimate come out from One Fang, and one in response though. As look at the damage on EWG. They're low HP. The slash lands onto you, and One Fang answers out with a kill himself. He's a massive charge click. Tries to get the counter off, but it ain't gonna happen. 14 has to 1 versus 2, and I don't think he's got enough fuel in the tank. EWG White Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves here, unfortunately, this is a risky run coming into a place like Celestra off the rip when there's so many teams coming here, right? Not only did they not have the best gear, they did not have the opportunity to build Rage whatsoever. They were able to answer one of those ultimates in kind with the Yodel and pick up at least an elimination, but EWG, who clearly ran more Rage runes early on here, had the upper hand because of the lesser gear there on Team Wolves. Wolves going to be sent back to the Soul Altar. They're not eliminated here just yet. WBG also on the receiving end of some pain here from a TM and YZG. WBG, a team who's also been very consistent, been consistently getting better every single game thus far today. But now getting eliminated off the rip here, WBG is going to have to find their feet underneath themselves again, just like Team Wolves is going to have to do. ESK up top looking to make some moves here as TM continues to find eliminations left, right, and center in Celestra. They're only up to 2 thus far, but more than happy to take the picks where they can find them. Team Max here down in Shipwreck, looking to give chase here to SD. They also, of course, have that Bane's Breath covering for themselves. Kuhn trying to give chase here, and SD's Dumpling playing very well, coming in, jumping off of the side to keep Kuhn off the rest of his team. Kuhn gonna slash him and get him into a nice stun loop there, but Dumpling doing the same to the rest of Max's team here. Kuhn very low, but it looks like Max is going to clean up SD here, as Dumpling is the last remaining player, and his ult's gonna run out before Kuhn's does, and Max will secure themselves 3 eliminations.
Yeah, lovely little pick up there as EWG actually continuing their streak of murder on the poor VL, who are gonna not get any feels here because they do look for the ult out as VL pop themselves the Monk transformation. Predator is looking for a cheeky grab, not gonna be able to find it. EWG now looking just to try and escape away, but they are being chased down. I didn't see who was on them, but Predator is boxing a tree right now and unable to find himself a single grab, unfortunately, as EWG, I believe they lost their Yoto in all of that action, so they are just going to have to pull back somewhat, as now TM going to continue this fight versus VL. Going to see a big stun potentially making the connection. It did hit onto just one, as Pampy going to be looking for these slashes. Actually cancels the ult early because he's just stuck on a wall. He can't get close enough to these members. And now Yaku goes into the Terracotta Warrior form and looks to keep the fight going. It looks like TM are quite quick to peel back, but actually just peel straight back into the action as Yaku able to get himself a bit of damage off there onto Unique. As actually they're just TM playing this very staggered, very controlled fight. They wait for something to get burnt, they step back, wait for it to kind of go on to close to cooldown, jump in, but the team still feel comfortable, and then get themselves a kill and then leave. Really staggered fight, but nice to see from them as YZG gonna get themselves into somewhat of a scrap here. versus EWG. You can see already Ryan's been able to do a fair amount of damage, but he is on his own. So I don't think he's going to be able to survive for too much longer. YZG, 3 versus 1, able to find that kill.
Yeah, YZG able to pick that elimination up there. But like you said, TM is playing quite the textbook game here. Like you said, they're waiting for cooldowns about to be over. They're catching players out by themselves. And here, Yaku comes back in. TM waiting in the wings, trying to stop the resurrection there, is able to find Yaku caught out, pick up the eliminations. And TM's picked up 6 eliminations, and they've not done it in 2 team fights. They've done it picking off stragglers one at a time there in Celestra. They hot drop Celestra and are just controlling these fights on the edge of Celestra, where they're able to get in and they're able to just take these fights in a much more favorable controlled style for themselves. And it's a very interesting play style you don't see often in Naraka, and more here just getting juggled by XCG into the different hits of the Bane's Breath and able to air juggle them from Bane's Breath hit to Bane's Breath hit. It's a sad place to be there for Team More, unfortunately, as we now turn our attention over to BLD and SD. BLD pressuring in onto SD. SD with their back quite literally against a wall, as BLD also has a bounty onto them. SD, of course, were just respawned from their fights earlier, so they don't have the best of gear. Away forever, going to be caught out, stunned in the zone, and going to be locked down by Yodo Hime, and BLD is just going to absolutely obliterate the lights of Team SD here. We do see Blue Pepsi here actually using a little bit of tech here with that umbrella, using the grapple and throwing the umbrella extended forward and basically being able to surf on Kurumi for extra distance there. Gets them quite a bit of distance, but it doesn't really matter when all 3 members here of BLD chase you down. But still nice to see a lovely little piece of Kurumi tech, as we haven't seen Kurumi here in trios in a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute since we've seen a Kurumi, but am I happy to have her back? I don't know. I don't know, Rune. She's criminal of the things that annoy me. The same reason I don't like Z-Fing, same reason Justina irritates me. They're too sustain heavy. They're too stally. I like your Yotos because it's action. It's big swords and lots of burst damage. You know, as much as Monk is maybe a little overused, it's hype. He finds the grabs, he gets the slam, people go bye-bye. That's the Naraka I like. But I guess it's been a while since I've seen Kurumi, so I'm over it, I guess. Oh, more finding themselves locked down. They are gonna look for a turnaround lockdown onto Wolves. I didn't see if they actually broke line of sight there, but Wolves, they don't care, they're out.
Yeah, Wolf's going to come in there, pick up that 1 elimination, use the Wu Chen ult to get away from the follow-up Viper stun. But Wolf's actually kind of in a good situation here, as they just pick up an elimination, and they only have to burn a couple of resources here before they can fall back and go back in for another engagement here. VNGC going up against GG here in the realm of Yang. Going to be going head-to-head with the standing champions and current first-place team. GG been relatively quiet for themselves here this game. No eliminations under this belt. Their first opportunity to pick some of those up. 330 opting for a little bit of a different strategy here. He typically monks up immediately in the middle here. He waits for a little bit, and unfortunately Miskia does end up going low. VNGC's Roy is going to answer in kind, as we see the Temi ult come out and from the opposing team. But we talked about this before, Temi doesn't really bring a lot to these fights here in the realm of Yang, and having that Kurumi who can support your team and constantly heal actually is a huge boon for the likes of Team GG right now, and it slowly pays off as they're able to chip away at the health of these members of VNGC while constantly being healed by their Kurumi. It's bought them the space that they need here. Miskia goes very low, but Kurumi once again comes in with the ultimate and buys Miskia back into this fight. VNGC have the opportunity to turn it, and if they had a Kurumi of their own, they would probably still be in this fight. GG showing exactly why Kurumi's coming back into this Transformer comp here, with the realm of Yang being available here in our World Championship.
Yeah, it was really nice actually to see that going down. It was a very close fight. I think VNGC put on a pretty good fight versus GG there. J Team also did win their Realm of Yang. I don't think GG, I think they just got theirs from a regular Mora's Blessing. I didn't see, I was kind of paying attention to the fights. I didn't actually see when GG popped up, how they got it. But I believe
GG,
it was...
GG was the team in the Realm of Yang we watched fight and win.
Oh, sorry, J Team was the team I'm talking about. No, J Team won. ESK, there we go. Brain fart. I think ESK got this from a regular one. We just saw GG. J Team won their Realm of Yang. I saw that announcement. So I think ESK was just a regular Mora's Blessing. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, here's VNGC. Let's see if they're about to get themselves in. Well, are they going to get yanged? They're immediately going to find a team who are willing to throw themselves at them. So there is an opportunity for them to make this work. In comes the sandstorm, and immediately Max's health bars are low. VNGC, they do not want to get yanged today. Already finding Max incredibly low, not able to actually finish the kill up, unfortunately, though, as they need to make this time work for them. They don't have too long. 2 minutes and 55 seconds chasing for those Soul Bloom essences to make sure their dreams and their hopes within this game stay alive. Cunt is being chased down here by Simpson. Simpson keeps the pressure up onto him. Now J-Team are sliding in. J-Team with the Vermilions. Birds might are feeling it. They are feeling aggressive as Roy Hill is down. VNGC, they might not even get time to get themselves yanged because they are just being run over by J-Team, who are fresh off their own fight, off their own Realm of Yang, and they are in such a happy position. YZG now jumping into the middle of the action. They're looking to lock them all down, but it's only gonna just force out the Vermilion's Bird Mites from J-Team. ZK gonna try and get himself a little bit extra damage off. He almost gets off the charge click on the 2-1. He is low HP, but he's able to find something. Those 17 JLs able to steal it away. I think that was messy. That was carnage. And TM should just be able to finish up ZK here, unless ZK has something. I don't think he does. Birds might pop, and J-Team get the reset.
TM playing very, very well here in this particular game, able to pick up their 8th elimination of the game for themselves, and they're playing very calculated. I like this version of TM and the way they're playing right now, where they're just calculatingly coming in, they're picking off solo members from these teams, picking up eliminations consistently throughout the game, not playing risky Naraka, but still making moves and finding these third parties. They know after these realms of Yang that there's going to be teams desperate to come out and take fights, and they know they're going to be able to take advantage of it. Here they find 17 JL's Benchu and pick up a 9th elimination for themselves. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a very calculated TM. They are not happy how the likes of last game went for them. And look at this, more Ku caught out, separated from his team. This is what TM does. God, I love this particular playstyle from this team. This is something I've wanted to see in the Naraka competitive scene for a long time. We see these teams who go in and they're just like, it's all or nothing. We're going to fight this team 3v3, right? And we've seen teams that come in and will third party, and, you know, they're not happy to let members get away. TM doesn't care. TM is more than happy to take one person at a time as a team, eliminate them, put the point under their belt, and go, okay, where's our next point? And just keep it moving throughout the entire duration of the game. As long as they put points on the board every minute or so, by the time they get to that final circle, they're going to find themselves in a really good position. And we just watch as VNGC Simpson gets yanged.
It's catching on. It's catching. It feels good to say, doesn't it? Did you see the map, by the way? Did you see how there was a Realm of Yang next to Amora's Blessing spawning up and nobody was over? I
did.
So somebody could go get 2 Mora's Blessings. I don't think the buffs stack. I've genuinely never seen it. I'm going to assume you can't have 2 buffs on. If you can, we're about to see the craziest thing you've ever seen. Do you know?
I don't know, actually. I don't know if you can actually stack them.
We might find out. If somebody goes into the Realm of Yang and then grabs the Draco Storm, I mean, either way, they're getting 2 gold weapons. But J-Team are going to find themselves versus GG. J-Team and GG both off the back of a victory in their own Realm of Yang. So Pretty geared up teams here. Let's see if Free-Frio's quick on the mark. He's going to transform immediately. So's Eagle, though. So both of these guys are going to go toe-to-toe. And the shoving match should just start out. GG immediately getting him... Oh, Free-Frio getting himself heavily chunked out. Miss Kia's grabbed. Miss Kia is low. All he's going to take is a slam. They're going to finish him up. No, he transforms in time. Miss Kia just about gets away with it. Free-Frio gets himself a grab off, but it's not going to happen. He's not going to get the slam. He's interrupted. He's low HP. Eagle is immediately grabbed, slams down, and he is out. J-Team, they have the man disadvantage. The slam won't come down because the D-transformation comes in time, but the Kurumi healing is just so big. Free-Frio ripping through the health bars, and GG just make it so close, but they win.
Yeah, GG there. If Miski had actually been slammed there by the Monk and not given the opportunity to transform, this would have been a very, very different fight. But the support coming through from the Kurumi, again, Alex M, the MVP for Team GG right now. This support actually making moves for the likes of Team GG. EWG gonna find out Wolves Jiu in a corner here as he gets caught out. And now the rest of Wolves forced to take this into a 2v3, but 14 gonna back off, give at least one of the other members of Team Wolves the opportunity to stay in this game. Wolves has had a very slow start to this particular game, and now things are looking even more rough for them. They've been so consistent today. This might be the first bad game we see coming out from Team Wolves.
That was definitely a rough one for them, losing 2 immediately. J-Team now on the run after a pretty fresh loss for themselves. Are they going to get yanged is the question, I guess. WBG, actually, we're having a look at them now. Only 3 kills. Quiet game comparative to what we've seen for the rest of the day for them. That's such a nice longsword skin. It's very basic, but it's really cool. It's kind of like a lightsaber. One thing is 1 versus 3G, basically, because he is being run down. Gonna pop himself the ultimate. Maybe some level of a hero play can come out, but I am somewhat doubtful about that. LXM is getting himself a little bit low. Oh, One Fang almost pulls it off as Wolves are eliminated.
We hate to see it come out from Team Wolves here, but unfortunately, you can't have good games all the time. And this particular game is going to be the game that's not great for Team Wolves. But right now, it currently looks like it's all coming up Team GG once again. And this is exactly what I talked about. It's so much easier to carry the momentum over from game 3 to game 4 because of it being the same map. And then because you are able to come in, and GG risked this, right? They take the Transformers comp for basically the 4th time and risk not having any hero points for the final 2 games, going, if we get a 3rd MVP back-to-back, it doesn't really matter how we perform in the last 2 games if we have to stack some weird comps with heroes we're not really comfortable with, because we've basically already secured the day for ourselves. Nobody else is going to come in and do 3 MVPs. It's just not going to happen. J-Team's Eagle going to get a slam here off on to Krez, and it looks like they're also going to pick up Yeah Boy from ESK as well, trying to find TM Spampy, but not going to be able to. J-Team still on a timer here, needs to make something happen as TM shows up. They are going to pop that no ult zone as Eagle is forced to end their ultimate as well, but Eagle going to go down, and TM with his calculated 3rd party yet again going to find eliminations. They're going to find ZK, they're going to find ESK. Lee, the last remaining member here for J-Team, keeping it moving, but TM on the move as well. Lee, no place to go. And man, TM, dude, this play style from them is so good. It's just calculated is the only way to describe this. Look at this. We see WBG show up. They immediately back off to the no ult zone, look to take the reset and get away from this. They only want to take fights that are 100% in their favor, and it is serving them so well.
They have their own tempo and their own memento in fights, and I think that's what's really fun to watch. Is they ebb and flow when it suits them. They don't play to somebody else's tempo, somebody else's kind of play style. They understand when to take an engagement and when to back off from an engagement and how to back off from an engagement, which I think is the big thing. Because a lot of people get too low and then start running. they will take a fight, take a kill, go, there's no point over chasing, getting chunks and getting third party. We'll back off, reset, and then basically keep the fight going from there. TM are genuinely a very, very technical team to watch. They're incredibly fun. And we are now watching 17JL, who are a bit more chaotic, let's say, as they are being run over by BLD. BLD able to grab themselves yet another kill. Southeast Asian team here. BLD actually on the 8th kill. We've got 2 non-CN teams actually looking quite good right now, which is really, really nice to see. We got TM obviously from Vietnam and then BLD from Southeast Asia. Really, really solid stuff coming in from these guys. And it's making the game very, very fun to watch. Is Kame from TM now is actually getting fairly heavily chunked out. The CC might just be a little bit too much. They're unable to save him because Max able to come in and take themselves a kill on to TM, but great Wu Shen ult out means they will be able to get that reset off and recover after that fight.
Yeah, absolutely. This is textbook by Team TM. They started to have this sort of momentum last game, and then off the back of a mistake where they try to slip into the realm of Yang, and Akami gets caught outside, unable to slide in. They panic. They take the Mystic Might instead of taking the Draco Storm. They resurrect one of their teammates while still trying to be on the run. Akami gets picked out again. They get another res while still being chased and lose yet another member, and TM just not able to recover from the panic caused by that ambush at the realm of Yang. Whereas this game, it has been calm and calculating from the very start, and they've been able to carry that momentum throughout the game. Like you said, more than happy to engage in a fight, take a single elimination, walk away and reset. Do it all over again. They are winning this game one elimination at a time. They are not having huge pop-off moments. They are just putting points on the board.
Yeah, they are actually putting a lot of work into that. Looking really, really solid. As Max and 17JL taking themselves into a little bit of a scrap, but just gonna back away from that. Decide not to go for it. And I mean, kind of going back to the likes of TM and how you beat a team who are almost running in a very calculated way is you introduce carnage. You know, if they're doing their maths equations, you come in and start adding science to the mix and get them really confused. That's how you catch them out. And TM, obviously, this game seems to have a bit of grip on everything they need to be doing. Playing this game very, very well. This could be our first non-Chinese team winning a game here in the World Championship. I'm here for it. I hope so.
Here to see Max moving across the map here. You know, and the thing is TM though, it's such, like you said, the ebb and flow that this team has is so great to watch. Now, of course, the old proverbial grease in that clockwork being Team GG here, who's off the back of 2 back-to-back victories, and of course the championship from season 2 as well. This team's hungry. Right? They're not going to let TM come in and play calculated in the final circle. And I hate to say this, final circles are not something you can control. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you can lock down control of those final circles and you can just control that sort of narrative. But typically speaking, final circles are pure chaos. Yeah, WBG is going to lose Jing here as the zone collapses down. That Wu Chen ult taking them a little too far out of the zone. Max also going to come in looking to clean up at least one of these eliminations onto WBG as they catch out one of their members here. And it looks like they are. No, WBG keeping it moving here. Max not quite able to catch Tian out as he gets up and finds the reset here. Huge for WBG. Sleepwalker, on the other hand, taking zone tick left and right. WBG not able to recover Jing quite yet, but if they can lose the likes of Max Club, they might be able to slip into the zone and pick Jing back up, making WBG hold. TM coming in here uncontested, looking to secure a Moore's Blessing for themselves, and this is going to be huge for the likes of TM as they pick up a gold. I think that's a flamer actually for themselves. Yeah, but the gold. The gold armor onto Viper is absolutely massive for TM, because one of the great things about being a Viper team is when your Viper engages heavily, that's one of the optimal ways to control a final zone. And TM needs to be controlling and calculating if they want to win this game.
Now, I will say we are in, you know, in a more built up area for the final circle. There's gonna be a lot of buildings, a lot of places to break line of sight. The Monk comps are gonna struggle in this. Also, the Vipers, it'll be easy to avoid those big stuns, but in those later circles, it'll also be easier to get onto a rooftop and drop down to multiple people when people are a little bit more packed in. You can catch people inside buildings, but you're not going to see this kind of like lobby-sized Viper stuns. It'll be more localized and kind of smaller groups of players getting caught out. As TM, they're just going to settle themselves down in some real estate, set up a place for them to blink back to with the Wushen. And we are very much in the Buccaneer phase, where everybody is just taking those cannon shots at each other. GG trying to rule the top of the building. I'll actually throw down the Monk transformation and see if they can find a grab. Might be a little bit hard, because as soon as a Monk transforms, everybody scatters away and gets as far away from that Monk as they possibly can. And I don't think 3-3-0 is going to really find an easy grab for himself, but he gets Oliver, and Oliver is donezo. BLD losing a player, and it was the start of a good game for them as well. So to lose Oliver is going to really sting.
Yeah, absolutely. TM here is still holding on to this little hut here, but it looks like they've caught BLD out below here, so they're going to engage onto that. GG's 330. Going very low roof side here, as many of those range shots started to come out, and he was forced to de-ult. BLD coming in here, Oliver, with a massive ult from the Viper here, but they need to be careful as Max and BLD engage with one another, waiting in the wings. If I'm not mistaken, TM very nearby. Mine's coming topside, trying to lock down Lulu here, going to be forced into the Temi ult, and then followed up on with the Justina ult as well. TM more than happy to just hold onto their space. They know they've got a massive kill lead here. They know they need to make these kills count for as much as possible, because they haven't had the big pop-off game they're looking for, and they're starting to have one right now. So trying to hold this space. Max is going to lose Lulu, though, to the engagement with BLD. XCG going to come over and pick the body from BLD's Oliver, who it looks like, I guess, they were able to get back up after GG's 330 was able to get the kill. But Oliver once again down, and BLD not an opportunity to come in and pick them back up. TM just holding this space here, using those longsword slashes and cannons to keep players at bay, keep them from pressuring in the Wu Chen here with the huge longsword slashes coming through from that legendary Soul Jade with that really cool skin you were talking about. It does look like a lightsaber, I'm not gonna lie. TM just holding on to this. All these players, like you said, Buccaneer face, cannons going wild. We're gonna see once again, I do believe this is Xiaonan up top into the Monk, looking to find some grabs. GG's 330 doing the same. Look at GG's 330. Look how confident is he, just standing still here, doesn't care, knows nobody's gonna fucking challenge him. He sees Sai or CC in the side. Oh my goodness, we actually see a double slam coming out here from Xiaonan onto BLD and more. 330 on the other side, not able to find those same levels of grabs. XCG picks up 2 more eliminations for themselves, much needed as it takes them to 3. TM Akami gonna find another elimination. Pappy gonna find another elimination. TM go to 15 right now. This could be it for Team TM. They're still holding on to this space. They've got the Wu Chen Orb. Nobody currently able to just challenge them in the space that they are holding on to.
There's so many players left in this circle, 19 people, and in comes Xiaonan with a massive transformation into the grab onto Moors. Liao Wang slammed down, chunks through his shield heavily. Not enough to find the kill, unfortunately. It's 3-3-0's actually been forced off the rooftops and is onto the ground. Everybody is just jumping and avoiding. Flamers onto 3-3-0. He tries to find a grab in response, but XCG just keeping the flaming going, keeping the damage onto 3-3-0. He's looking for a slam onto 2. Sleepwalker comes in, stun in, cancels the Wu Shen ultimate out, and Sleepwalker with a charge click secures himself the kill, but now he's toasted, loses a whole whole bunch of HP down on the low ground. Another flame is breaking out. Pampy's losing so much HP. TM want to find this win. They could find their first victory here at the World Championship, but there's so many teams contesting them. EWG are out. Pampy takes down 330. Pampy takes down LXM. He is tidying up. He is still going. He's losing teammates left, right, and center as XCG fall down. YZG are the last team standing. I don't know who won that.
There's no question. TM is the winner. That's a 20 bomb coming out from Team TM in Vietnam. What a massive game.
Because they stay in the Gotta thank for the things you got to wish me